Hello guys, how do you want to We're back on the video today on another anime topic today, and this time we're going to talk about the anime Bleach. In this video today I'm going to talk about my top 12 favorite Bleach characters of the series, and I'm going to have a couple different Bleach videos coming up, so doing some Bleach anime stuff. Um, so we're going to talk about my 12 favorite Bleach characters of the series, and talk a little bit about some of them, and go from there. So at number 12 we have Kasuke Yori, which is the character with the hat. It's probably one of my favorite characters of the show. He is quite a mystery character, and not only quite a mystery character, but I always find him very enjoyable when he's on the screen, and it's really interesting with him. You never know what he's actually gonna do, or not just never what he's gonna do, but like what his motives and intentions are. And it's really interesting how he's made Ichigo, you know, you know, end up with his Bankai, which is the power. So, and Kasuki's power, Bankai power, is actually pretty powerful. I forgot his actual name that it actually is, because it's a long name, and I don't know the name of the title, so I don't want to butcher it. But I always enjoy his character. He's kind of a fun character to enjoy watch. At number 11, we have Cypher Yulcor, uh, Yulcora, however you pronounce his name. Some of these bleach names are really hard to pronounce, so if I pronounce them wrong, I'm sorry. Some of them are just kind of hard to pronounce. One of the things I like about him is he is one of Iden's he is one of Iden's he is part of Iden's army. Not only is he part of Iden's army, but he's also a very unique villain, and I find his motives really interesting and very very driven character. Especially when him and Ichigo have the huge battle later on at the end of it, which was an awesome fight, by the way. Really interesting character. At number 10, we have Isen. I think Isen is probably one of my favorite characters of the series. His character is not only amazing, but I enjoy his character, and he is voiced by the voice actor that voices Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. I find him a really interesting character, and not just that, but like Isen is a pretty powerful character. Not just that, but like he is a character you don't underestimate. Not just that, but like his powers are just really unique, and I like the fact that with him just sitting in his chair, he's just pretty powerful, and I find him as an interesting character, and that's why I like Iden pretty well, and not just that, but Iden's a pretty big up level character that a lot of people like enjoy very well. So at number 9, we have Yorichi, which is the one that transforms to a cat, and then this like super hot looking woman. I find her character very interesting, and she's supposed to be she's basically a pretty fast character in this series. So like she's like lightning bolt fast. Her motives and her character is actually really interesting. Especially where she comes from, and not just that, but like her motives and everything as a character are really interesting, and I really enjoy her character very well. At number 8, we have Toshiro. I like Toshiro's character pretty well, especially with his like ice capabilities that he can do basically. Um, he's really interesting character, and um, definitely a character I can actually get to watching when it comes to Bleach and stuff. Not just because of him, but at number 7 we have Grimjaw. I find Grimjaw like a really cool character. I like his half skull like mask that he has on the side of his face. It's just interesting character. His motives and his villains. Well, yes, he's a villain, but he's kind of came as like an anti-hero here and there, but still kind of a he's still kind of that villainish character. But I find his character really interesting and definitely enjoy him and Ichigo's fights and stuff as well. Definitely a character to always watch and stuff. At number 6, we have Renji. Um, Renji to me is kind of like my DBZ. It's kind of like DBZ's Vegeta to me. I always find Renji a really interesting character, and I like his abilities. Not just like Renji pretty well, but like I like he has an interesting, cool Bankai ability, and his sword, his obviously his sword is pretty cool, but I like his chain like sword that he can do. It's really interesting weapon. It's almost like a little whip, like a sword with like jaggedy blades on it, but it's really kind of cool. The next character we have at number 5 is Yori, which is the character with the bow. I forgot what he's the last of. I forgot the arch name, but I find his character really interesting, especially with his bow and arrow capability. His bow and arrow capabilities he can do, which is really cool and unique. He's a really interesting ally for Ichigo's group and everything. But I always enjoy his character and stuff with his arrow techniques and stuff he can do. Really interesting character. Okay, at number 4 we have Rukia. Um, I always enjoy her character pretty well, especially when she first comes in and brings Ichigo into the Soul Society. Not brings Ichigo into all and everything, and she's also the one that gave him the power and the ability he needs. Um, I find it very interesting, and it's pretty cool of what Rukia can do, and not just that, but I find her ability is really interesting and unique. And she's a really interesting, loving character, and I really enjoy her character development and her motives, and as as the way she is. And each of these characters I mentioned, they're all pretty strong in their own way. They all have different motives and things they do. At number 3, we have Bayakuya, which is basically the brother of Rukia, which I really enjoy pretty well. I think his character is really interesting. Not just that, but like, I think his character is like quite motive, and not just that, but like he is somebody that will protect her sister. Not just that, but like he is an interesting sword fighter, and I find him pretty interesting and pretty cool character, really. At number 2, we have Kenpachi. I love Kenpachi. I think Kenpachi is an awesome character in the show. The thing that I like with Kenpachi is that he's just such an interesting character, and his motives and everything. Not just that, but like um, how he does with how he when him and Ichigo actually fight eventually and stuff. I find the fight really interesting, and not just that, but it's actually a really good battle. And I find Kapachi just a really cool character. Um, One of the cool characters, in the show that has an eye patch and everything. Just cool character. At number 1, we have the one and only Ichigo. Ichigo is probably one of my favorite characters of the series. Being as that he is voiced by the one and only John Young Bosch, who plays AKA the original Black Mighty Morphin Power Ranger and everything. I find him like a really interesting, really good voice actor, really, and I find Ichigo's motos pretty awesome. Not just that, but like I like how he protects past souls that died, and they're trying to cross over, and he protects them, you know, from the I forgot what he protects them from. I like the fact how he protects them, you know, from the not the Soul Reapers, but the wow. I need to go rewatch that a little bit. But like my favorite saga though was the one where Ichigo went to go get Rukia in the Soul Reaper Society and everything, and challenged quite a bit most of the Soul Reapers, which was kind of a cool saga, really. But I really enjoyed, you know, Bleach for where it is on the show, and I think Bleach is a really awesome show. So those are my favorite top 12 Bleach characters. So I am sorry if I pronounce some of those names wrong. Some of those names are kind of hard to pronounce and stuff, but they're all pretty cool characters, though. If you guys like this video, hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit your bell as always, and I'll see you in the next video, and goodbye.